Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's TAG97 again. I know I've been away for quite a bit of time, but I hope all you doing very well as usual. I just been very busy dealing with my own personal issues, some businesses that I'm trying to get involved in, and everything else that is benefiting the channel. So without further ado, we're going over a fan requested video of the FN SCAR 17S 762 by 51. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, I welcome you with open arms. If you're not already tracking, if you go down to the description down below and find the social media links, you will find my Instagram, which I recommend you smash that follow button and go ahead and go to my Patreon and donate, because I do not get any revenue whatsoever from doing these YouTube videos. This is all coming out of my pocket and my Patreon donors. So without their support and hopefully you, this channel will never be alive as it is today, and we're trying our best to keep the YouTube channel alive. And anything you want to know about the channel or message me directly, Instagram is always available to you to keep up to date. So I want to thank my viewers, subscribers, and the Patreon donors, of course. Without you guys' love and support, the channel would never be big as it is today. And a special thank you to my business partner, Meeker, for lending his SCAR 17 for us to review. And let's get started. Okay, so before we get any further in this video, I will let you know that there's obviously no magazine inserted at this time, and the firearm is clear. There's nothing inside the chamber. I will have to go over the aftermarket pieces that are on and in this firearm, because my brother who lended this firearm for me to review, unfortunately I didn't get to him in time to leave it stock, so you can blame that on me. But not everything on here alters the way that the firearm works. Only a few things do, if anything. So let's just go over these parts real quick and knock them out, and let's just start with the top real quick. So starting off, we're going to have the Silence Co. Spec War 762 brake. We also running the Connect Development Group MREX 6.5-inch M-Lock rail, Geisley Super SCAR trigger, GGNG extended bent charging handle, PMM extended mag release, and also their quick detach sling cup. We have the EOTech EXP S3-0 and the M4 grip for comfort. And last but not least, the owner of this firearm decided to remove the front post sight. He said the reason why is because he wants to run a IR laser, either being a D-ball, PEC 15, which I recommend, or a maul. So wherever he decides to, he's going to be doing in the future. Other than that, there's nothing that has been done aftermarket wise to this firearm. So let's get on to the specifications finally. So the overall length of this firearm extended out is going to be leaving you at 38.5 inches overall length, and collapsed is going to be leaving you at 28.5 inches. So it is longer than a standard M4 that I was issued. It's not that big of a deal. You can collapse it. They also have different barrel lengths. However, the one that we're reviewing for today's video is 16.25 inches. If you get anything that is shorter than this, you're going to have to tack stamp it with the ATF. And I only recommend shortening the barrel if you're doing anything that is CQB. If you're punching out further than 700 meters, then just leave it the way it is. Just run a magnifier or a high-powered scope that can handle the recoil of the SCAR, and you'll be good to go, okay? No need to get all crazy there. If you're wondering what the twist rate is for this barrel, it is 1 in 12. And I'll be getting to the grains that is best recommended by experts to be using with this firearm. Also, the thread pitch for this barrel is 5/8 by 24. Okay, so let's go over the magazines that you can purchase with this firearm, the ammunition we use in today's video, and the best recommended grain to be using with this firearm recommended by experts. So the firearm that we reviewed came with two 20-round box magazines. However, you can buy the 10-round box magazines. So let's talk about the ammunition we use in today's video. We use two different brands. So let's go over this one real quick. So we use Aguila 150 grain full metal jacket. The company is located in Mexico. It's a very good company. I haven't had any issues with Aguila. I'm also new to buying their ammunition. I've only bought maybe 9mm and 308 from them. Now, a highly recommended company that I've been using for years now is Monarch. This is their 100 145 grain full metal jackets. I know people kind of bash steel case, but because we're still going through this pandemic with the ammo crisis and price gouging ammo, it's still affordable and very reliable. And I know people still have some iffies about steel case, but if it can run steel, then it deserves brass, and vice versa. So the best recommended grain to be using with the SCAR 17S is 168 grain and 175 grain. Okay, so let's go with a trigger poundage test that we always do on this YouTube channel that some people want to know. Unfortunately, we do not have the stock trigger inside this firearm. I did find out that most people were agreeing that it's roughly like 7 to 9 pounds. I don't know how true it is because it's not inside this firearm. However, the Geisley super trigger that is installed in the firearm, we got consistently a 3 pounds every time we did the test, and I tested maybe like 6 or 7 times, and it was all about the same amount, 3 pounds. So I was able to easily pop rounds left and right. So if you're looking for an upgraded trigger for your SCAR 17, I highly recommend the Geisley super trigger. Okay, so let's wrap up these specifications so we can finish doing what we're doing so we get to our favorite part of the video. So straight out of the box, the SCAR 17S is going to be leaving you at 8 pounds. However, because there's so many different aftermarket pieces, I'm pretty sure some of you were going to ask me what is the weight of it now. So I did you the favor and we got a rough estimate of 8 pounds and 8.7 ounces. So almost 9 pounds roughly. And let's talk about the MSRP because I know that's one of people's biggest complaints. So FN says that this model in particular, obviously without any aftermarket pieces, this is going to be leaving you roughly at $3,600. And I asked my buddy what is the estimated cost of doing all these modifications as of right now. He said roughly $5,000 this firearm is worth now. So there is some expensive equipment on this firearm. If you want to do anything more like suppress it and run some IR lasers, I recommend it. But keep in mind, you are still going to be paying a pretty penny if you want to make this any more dynamic, crazy, or do anything that's personalization. It's going to cost more. So just keep that in mind. This is not a cheap firearm, but it's very well made, and I believe you get what you pay for. Okay, so since I am done with the specifications, let's tap into how I personally feel about the firearm, negative and positive. And anytime I do a negative, say on any product, gear I review, it's not that I bash the company, try to make them look bad. It's my own personal opinion, so take it with a grain of salt if you disagree. However, if I said something that you have to counteract with it with something positive and there's a reason behind it, go ahead and write down in the comment section. I'd love to read it. Just be respectful, that's all I ask. So, negativity wise, I'm not a big fan of the weight, the MSRP, and that warranty. So yes, it's not the heaviest rifle I've ever used, but for me and my size, it's not really the best choice for me. It is doable and I can, of course, work around it and manage it, but not my preferred choice of a rifle. However, the warranty is, I strongly disagree because I hear people tell me all the time that anytime they do any aftermarket designs or anything that tampers with the firearm straight out of the box, they have a limited warranty and they won't cover certain things. And I find if you're paying that kind of money for a well-made rifle, they should be able to cover some things. And one of my buddies told me that his friend had a SCAR, he ran a bad round through it and exploded his rifle. FN said, well, get effed, bud. So I find that kind of crappy in my opinion, but it is what it is. So positivity wise, I think this is a very well made firearm. I could see why SOCOM chose this as one of the rifles. And if you don't know what SOCOM is, it's Special Operations Command. And one of my own personal friends got to use one of these overseas, so I'm kind of jealous. Overall, I'm satisfied with this rifle. I recommend it, just not for me. It's not my cup of tea. So it's something I would recommend you try out at a range if they have it for rent. Try it out before you buy it because you may not like it, because I thought I was going to end up liking it, but it's just not for me. So enough wasting your time. Let's watch the shooting compilation. If you did skip this part, I always recommend you go back to learn specifications. If not, no worries. Just do me a solid and hit that like button and subscribing. That's all I ask. So watch the shooting comp and I'll see you when you're done. So at the end of the day, guys, I have to say that I'm very satisfied with the FN SCAR 17S 762 by 51. What an awesome, beautiful rifle, very accurate, reliable, and definitely TAG97 approved. I'm very happy I was able to review this, and I'm so glad my buddy let me borrow his kit so I can run the SCAR mags and use his personal firearm. However, just not for me. It's just not my cup of tea. I do want to show you the groupings real quick. We used the Aguila and the Monarch ammo to show the different groupings with different grains. They're both full metal jackets. They both performed very well. Keep in mind, I did not touch his 0, so this is 0 to him, not me. But it should be roughly the same since we're using an EOTech. However, the rifle did everything I wanted to do. I just recommend, if you're going to purchase this, just try it out or watch some other YouTube videos. It's always good to share the love and like other people's videos, for real. So go check out some other YouTubers if they reviewed this firearm, see what their opinions are. I strongly recommend it. So I got nothing more to say. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. It does me a big solid. So I got nothing more to say. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay healthy. I catch you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day.